Come cluster around me for a little cluster. Yes, the deliciousness is about to explode on your screen, and we're going to make it as easy as possible. Why? Because the Woolworths Chocolate Festival is still on, and we are taking full advantage of this 3-for-2 deal by having, I suppose, injecting our own creativity into these chocolate masterpieces that will tick all of the boxes when it comes to chocolate cravings. And of course, Chef Clem provided us with a beautiful recipe that we are going to try to emulate for ourselves. So to give you the lowdown, the Chocolate Festival is currently on right now. So you get 3-for-2, as I said. So that's 3-for-2 lowest priced items free on any Lindt, maybe I should have started with that, or selected Woolies chocolates, which are amazing, and you can enjoy the sweet life. And this deal is valid up until the 21st of July, in-store, online, and of course using their amazing app, but all the T's and C's apply. So you've got a hot pan there ready for toasting. I was going to warn you, but you just came in here like a man. You just mansplained the whole thing to
me. I just said chocolate somewhere in this. I was like, hey, did you say my name?
So we're going to start with the toasting of the coconuts. So we've got our coconut shavings. You can use about a quarter or a third of those in
just
the big.
Yeah. There, right?
And we're going to toast them to release the oils. You know, there's so many good fats in coconut or in nuts in general. You get beautiful fats, and that's where the flavor is. So you can,
pop more in? Right?
Even more, man.
Okay, why not?
And we obviously, for the purposes of TV, we're not going to go too crazy. And then you can cut these guys open and pop them into the other pan and start toasting the cashews off. And I think it's a beautiful flavor combination.
And also, like for winter, roasty, toasty, bring it on, man. Yeah. This is like the stuff that kind of warms you up from the inside as well, right?
Well, as parents, you've often got to do kind of, you know, you're bringing your meet and greet, bring and eat kind of things. Or if it's your kid's birthday, you've got to bring 30 of the same. Yeah. So these are really manageable, where you don't break the bank and go and pay a ridiculous amount for the finished product. Make it yourself with stuff that you know your kids will absolutely love and enjoy.
I reckon you could even go one step further and make it with your kids, right? And then before even eating it, they're going to love the entire experience.
Completely.
So, very nicely done.
So we are using about a cup and a half for this one. I mean, you can make it, to be honest, with as much of or as little of anything as you want.
Yeah.
You know your textures, you know the taste, you love the flavor profiles that you do. So you don't have to push the boat out. Oh, how nice does that look with the little toasty brown edges? Beautiful, man.
Incredible. I didn't want it to burn, so I almost forgot about it. But luckily I remembered, you got to just have a little bit of a shake up and toss it up so the coconut doesn't burn. Normally the smell will give it away as well. Before you get to that point.
The danger is here, you've got two guys with about a 3-second attention span between us now in the space. It's always a little bit dangerous.
Yeah, it is
those look great, man. So I think just give them a toss through, and then we'll start with the magical mixing process. Right. In fact, you want to pop the coconut in there right now, because that looks
hot.
Wonderful.
Look at that.
Beautiful,
Nicely
man.
done. All right, let me pop that off so long. I'm going to keep the nuts on roast for now.
Just a little bit longer, and then I think we can mix them into the works. And then, of course, we've got our beautiful melted Lindt chocolate. Absolutely beautiful.
Is that what that is? Yes,
man.
Please, bring it on.
Special. So I'm going to mix this through, and this is the heart. I mean, you could do this with like marshmallow vibes as well. I love like a marshmallow crunchy.
Like ooey and gooey as well.
It's nice, but there is something about the flavor combination with a really good dark chocolate with the cashew, with the nut and the coconut is just sublime,
I think it's a weird thing how well nuts and chocolate kind of work together, and I think it's all because of that reason that a lot of it does come from nature, and nature works so well together. Sure. So we're talking about like the coconut coming from nature, we've got 70% cacao coming here from the chocolate, and then obviously, like we mentioned, everything else here is so much natural inspiration. I think it's a perfect blend.
Hey, that coconut coming through. Whoa. Let's pop the nuts in, man. Let's pop the nuts in.
Okay, so these went straight on top? You don't crush them or anything?
Nah, I think, I suppose we could crush them a little bit, but...
let's keep it rustic.
We're going to keep it, as we always say, rustic. And if, another insider little gem here on this show, if you ever hear us use the word rustic, it generally means that things haven't quite come together.
Why are you giving our secrets away, bro? Come on. That was like my fail-safe whenever I often did something wrong here.
Just have a mouthful. Just take a spoon and grab it.
Why not, bro?
I'm going to have a little taste. I'm going to have just a tiny little taste.
Let's say no to this. Make sure you get a little bit of coconut in and all that other good stuff.
Oh
my word.
But the coconut, dude, and with the cashew. So we've used our 70% mild Lindt, which does have a nice strong flavour, and this is part of our chocolate festival at Woolies. You can get literally the best of the best. In fact, currently, you can get 3-for-2 lowest priced items free, and I'm going to say it again, on any Lindt, any of their amazing range of Lindt chocolates, or the selected Woolies chocolates, which are amazing in their own right. But I've got to remind you, it's only valid up until the 21st of this month. So get on it. Don't waste the opportunity. Okay.
Opportunity, bro. Is it also just like diving around your mouth in every sort of crevice that you can think of, just offering magnificent flavor? This is insane. Wow.
It's the textural element for me. I'm sorry, like with desserts especially, if you're going to have something that's quite sweet or has a very strong flavor, the texture becomes almost more important because you can't just have lots of it all the time and overpower from the flavor. You've got to be able to have one small bite and get the full appreciation. And I think...
And with that being said, like you're talking about textures, I love the fact that you're going to bite into like a ooey gooey chocolatiness, but then you're going to get the crunchiness coming through from the nuts as well. You're going to get the crispiness from that sort of toasted coconut, and then also all the good fats just kind of imbibing with each other. It's just, this is like a party of good stuff right here. And the only problem is that I think you haven't made enough, man.
I'm going back and adding refill. Well, we've got a lot more filling, so we're going to have to fill a few more little cups. And then this you literally just let cool, obviously in the fridge, and you get a beautiful, crunchy, crispy...
So hang on, we don't need to bake this or anything?
You don't have to do nothing, man. You don't have to do nothing.
So I'm wondering, like, I mentioned this again, but there's 6 years, so that means 3 for you, 3 for me. What about everybody else in the studio here, bro?
Luckily, there were about 50 when we started the show on this table, and they've just miraculously disappeared. So now we're going to round it all off, and we're going to drizzle just a little bit of this. It's a little bit...
What is that, peanut butter?
It is caramel.
Oh, wow.
And then this is melted caramel droplets there. You can see, okay, that was a big dollop.
Oh, so you took the Woolies caramel chocolate drops and you just melted that basically in a bowl or a ramekin, and voila.
Look at that, like a Bain Marie type vibe. And we can probably put it back on. We're getting added value.
Oof. So you need to be careful in case your kids see you making this now, because they're going to demand this, man. Well, it looks so good.
Because you can get so creative with this. Like, I think I'm putting dollops more than drizzle, but that's just what the consistency calls for. And I think it'll be awesome to have a big dollop of caramel on the top of your crunchy. But, you know, I go on and on about kids need to enjoy their food from a different perspective. It can't just be about pressing the dopamine button. They must enjoy the process of making the food.
Yes.
So they don't overindulge when they want to eat the sweet treats. They appreciate it for what it is, for the flavor, for the craftsmanship, for the fun that they had making it, but they don't just use it simply to stuff their face with sugar. And here you're working with such good quality dessert ingredients like these kind of chocolates. Next level. If you want to turn your youngster, spark that creativity, that foodie kind of button, this is how you press it. Easy, accessible, and then the end results are spectacular.
Absolutely spectacular. Thank you so much, G-Man, for making me realize that this is a lot easier than I ever thought. I think everybody else watching at home is going to definitely add this to the arsenal. So find this recipe. You can get it at woolworths.co.za, and there's some incredible inspiration here to warm you up from the inside with this good stuff. Oh, man, well played.
Oh, while it's raining outside. Just chow, just chow. The bottom line is you don't have a lot of time to jump on board for the Woolworths Chocolate Festival. It is massive. You can buy 3 for 2, simply put. Nice. Lowest priced item free on any, again, Lindt, and they have a massive range of Lindt chocolates or any of their selected Woolly chocolates, which are equally amazing. And that's up until the 21st of this month. Please don't miss out. You can shop these amazing offers in store, obviously online or on their app, but the T's and C's do apply. Zanelia, I figure you've been having a lot of fun this morning, but maybe not as much fun as us. I'm sorry, I wish there was like a Willy Wonka TV teleportation button so we could just like boop, send it straight to you, man.
You're going to have to describe it.
Listen,